Hello, everybody! Happy Halloween! Danny Shea here. Just gonna do, I hope, a little one. I know I keep saying that and they end up to be an hour. Yesterday, though, Lori, Sheila, and I got on and we were like talking for an hour and 30 minutes. Ay, ay, ay. I was Willie Nelson. I'm still kind of Willie Nelson-ish. Ish. I look like I've been rode hard, put away wet, as they say in cowboy land. And Willie looks a little rode hard too, doesn't he? I was listening to watching, because I'm watching more music now. More music pops up on my feed, and I saw Waylon Jennings doing a concert, and he was singing a song about, I don't think Hank done it this away. And it's talking about him going to Nashville and how I forgot his name. Waylon Jennings did not want to do the rhinestones and all that stuff. And he starts talking about long-haireds in his song. And then Willie Nelson comes out. And he had the longest hair then. Willie Nelson's career it's just amazing what he has done. Him and Leon Russell, both session people, so many different session people that you wouldn't think of it. Jimmy Page, another session person. Yeah, so, yeah, that was a little ramble. Well, it's Friday. It's a Halloween ramble. Say hello to Psychic Duck, everybody. Hello, everybody. Whoa, Psychic Duck, yeah. You can almost see right through me. Well, yeah, you can. Yeah, I'm transparent. I'm the transparent duck. You are the most transparent duck that I've ever known. You got to love this administration with the transparency that they all talk about. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's transparent. We're going to maybe get into a little bit of that. All right, so, yeah, let's go. Let's go. Happy Halloween. Everybody be safe. If you want, you can put your Halloween costume in. I'm still going to be Willie Nelson. I'm going to fix my braids up, and tonight we will be passing out. I'll be Willie Nelson. Did Willie Nelson smoke a lot of pot? I hope not, because I'm not doing that. Okay. Let's get into it. Tamala Schubert said that Danny is uncomfortable. Really? Really? Unbelievable. Oh, I got to finish reading it. Asking to like and subscribe and hype. It helps grow my channel. So she's going to do it. So she put that in there. And I would normally not say that because, yeah, it's not that I'm uncomfortable with it. Maybe I am. Maybe she knows more than I do. But it is, I get so tired of it. People will find me if they need to find me. That's the way that I look at it. But no, hype, promote. So I am going to hype and promote. Val over at Dragonfly Crystal. You know how you have to be really careful asking for things in the universe because then they come to you? Well, I was thinking and I was mentioning, and I think I talked to Dr. Gale, and I mentioned, yeah, I think I need to get a website. There was some backstory with that. And next thing I know, Val over at Dragonfly Crystal says, I can help you. Anyway, she built this website for me. I'm like, holy crap. And it kind of scares me because it's very adult. It's very businesslike. And I'm going, it's almost like I have to work. I don't want to go back to work. I'm retired. So anyway, this website, she did such a good job. So thank you, Val. And it is now up. It is running. It's Danny Shea Tarot. www. There is a Danny Shea out there, and he is a bicycle racer. And I don't think he does that anymore because his body kind of broke down. He was doing that in the 80s, so 90s, I'm sorry, 90s. So, and he was good. He had a big following. So, but this is Danny Shea Tarot, and you can look on that. So I'm opening up readings. I am opening, it's where we're going to do some a show when I do my shamanic journey classes or my journey classes that we that's where we're going to get information from. Trying to just put everything into one. I do have a membership page on there. I don't know what I'm doing with this, so just bear with me. The membership page is free for now, just to see how it works. How when you sign up, I don't even know if you get like an email saying, hey, thanks. So, but we'll do some Zoom classes, Zoom readings, and play around, and I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where this is going. Hey, but as I'm looking, I get the Sun card. So it's going to be illumination. All right. And it's going to be trader, exchanging energy to create abundance. How about that? So there you go. So Tamla Schubert, thank you for saying that. It gave me a good intro to getting into what I wanted to talk about. Okay. Teo Barb had a great comment, and it just made me laugh. Grandpa needs to have his name and address sewn or pinned into his clothes for when he wanders off next. I think she was talking about Bunkenhead in was it Japan or one of those? I think it was Japan. And he's just wandering around. I'm going, oh my gosh. Do people not see this? This is just not right. It's just not right. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. That was so funny. Well, her comment was very funny, and I'm thinking, yeah, I had my name sewn on my underwear too. Yeah, you can add that in the comments too. Just a little raised hand. You don't have to say anything, but just, yeah, me too. All right, so, what a crazy time we're in. So when Sheila, Lori, and I were on, those women are so tapped in and so. I guess the word I want to use is so empathic in where they take their journey. And they were talking about, and I think they mentioned it on camera, but if they didn't, then I hope they're okay with this. When they saw the devastation on the East Wing, they said that just shook them to their core. We keep getting, well, let me just put it on me. I keep getting that this regime is going to end. And I keep getting this information. It's over. It's done. And I got it last month. I got it this month. And everything he does should end this. In any other situation should end it. Yet it doesn't. It keeps going. And so when I look at the higher picture, I go, what are we not letting go of? What are we, why are, and I say we because there's an energy that's keeping this in place for a lesson for us to learn. And I am super excited about where this rebuilding is going to go. And I talk about this in other videos. Make sure we, as we're watching this destruction, make sure that we focus on a rebuilding too, so that it's just not all destruction. But the East Wing, they said it just threw them, and it just put them in this space that there's a hole that they were having a hard time climbing out of. And me too. I know a lot of us are there. Heather Cox Richardson was talking. She's my favorite calming influence. She was talking about where all the stuff went from the East Wing. And I guess there was a piano and certainly paintings. That's where everybody went in for tours, I guess. And where did all that stuff go? And she goes, I don't know. She's more tapped into that than I, certainly. She didn't know. It should be all archival. But he just, whatever. So, for me, when I saw that, I didn't go too dark and negative. I was shocked, but then again, I was out in Kings Canyon, and I briefly heard it just before I lost phone and cell signal. So I go, is that true? Did that really happen? Then I get back and I go, holy crap, it really did happen. And there's a lot of things going on, a lot of secret stuff, right? Like I didn't know that a lot of the people who are running this current administration, i.e., and I'm stealing this from Heather Cox Richardson, Michael Scherer, Missy Ryan, Michael Scherer, Missy Ryan, and Ashley Parker of The Atlantic report. No wonder I didn't know their names. I go, are they in the administration? Anyway, of The Atlantic reported that Stephen Miller, Kristi Noem, Hog's Breath, and Little Big-Eared Marco Rubio have moved on to military bases. I'm like, what? And then Trump is trying to get, I don't know how many National Guard ready to go. Do I have that written down here? No, I don't. But he's trying to get, I think, and I'm not sure of the number, 20,000 National Guard troops ready to go to be deployed throughout the United States to tap down insurrectionists. Where was that? January 6th? Where was that urgency on January 6th? Okay, sorry. Not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. One of those. Okay. And then why are all his, it's really funny. Didn't he talk about Joe Biden being in a bunker? Now his whole administration are bunker boys. What the hell? It's just crazy. No wonder Psychic Duck is looking like he is. Yeah, this whole administration is driving me crazy. That's not funny, Psychic Duck. So, we're going to look into that. That'd be the first read. But before I go, 14 minutes in, we are rambling. Did I say it was going to be a short one today? I lied. All right. Let's just pull Angels and Ancestors card. An Angels and Ancestor card. What do we have? Ooh, Stargazer. What does that make you guys think of? Stargazer. Stargazer. So as we're dealing with this 3D energy here, oftentimes we forget about our star energy. Think about the 3-eye atlas. That is it now becoming visible again? I've kind of stopped watching some of that stuff. Is it? I thought it was behind the moon, behind the sun. Is it now coming out? I don't know. I'll have to look at that. And the Knight card. Be brave and honest. Always. And it was so funny. When I was thinking of this, I go, Knight card, be a knight. And I go, most of the people watching are women. So what's the female version of a knight? A knightess? No, it is the Shield Maiden. And this is make plans and focus. So taking this beginning energy, the Stargazer card said set your sights higher, be brave and honest, and make plans and focus. Make plans on how we want, focus on the energy that we want to bring in, a higher perspective of this. And we can go to our galactic cards, which we won't right now because it's Halloween. We're going to go to the Halloween deck. So, but it's important. I'm going to go back. Getting back to, was it the Shield Maiden that I just threw up there? Make plans and focus. It's also when we get into all this negativity, we do have to shield ourselves. We do have to bring in protections. Please, please, please just surround yourself with white light. If we are of the light, nothing can get in and attach to us. But sometimes we can get attachments, and they feed on the negativity that we are bringing out. So that's when we need to get cut some energy cords that are there and all this stuff. So just be careful, be proactive, keep your protections up. All right, let's take a look at some of this stuff that I was talking about before. So I think I'm only going to read on 2 different topics today. One of them is this National Guard, this ICE situation. You have the administration now hiding out in military bases. You have the peace president, and I say that very almost like hollow psychic duck. Hey, don't bring me into this. Sorry. The peace president who is trying to wage war on Venezuela and change the focus away from what I think it's about the Epstein files. So we have the peace president doing all that crazy stuff. We have Stephen Miller saying, I want to increase the ICE arrests from 900 to 3,000 a day. And then Pumpkinhead or whoever's doing this removed some of the head ICE people in certain cities and is replacing them with Customs and Border Patrol agents. Those guys are a little more hardcore than the ICE agents traditionally. So it feels like they are ramping up to create conflict, to put military in the streets. So, if there's 3,000 arrests a day, then people are going to start pushing back. If you're in that awareness and you see something like that, film it. Get your cameras out, your camera phones. Yeah. Be aware. Know your rights. And try to film everything if you're comfortable. And if you're not comfortable, then don't do it. Okay. Is this ice? And see, one of the things for me is I keep thinking that this is going to end soon. The cards keep saying it's going to end soon, but it keeps going on and on. So, are they going to be able to find and manufacture, because they are manufacturing this, 3,000 arrests a day? It's kind of scary to even think about that, so I'm using my Halloween deck. Ooh. Hang on, I gotta move my coffee. Okay. 7 of Ghost. Are they going to be able to do this? Ooh. Look, you can see if they've rounded up all the ghosts. These are illegal ghosts. And they've rounded them all up. So this is like, this is a little illusion delusion. This is also a little, make sure you have your right. Make sure you pick the right ghost. Ghosts are cups. Okay. Moving on. What's challenging it is the Knight of Bats. Bats are swords, so the Knight of Swords. This is a legal challenge coming to it. This could also be that they're just going to march through this really, really quick. Okay? They're just going to barrel ahead with this. We're going to get 3,000 ghosts a day. Okay. At the bottom of this, what we're marinating in is the 2 of Pumpkins. And here's this clown juggling pumpkin heads. So for those of you who are new to the Halloween deck and to my channel, the Ace of Pumpkins is Mr. Pumpkinhead, which is Grandpa who has his name sewn into his underwear. And what name would you put in there? Would you put in Pumpkinhead? They wouldn't know who it is. Would you put in Grandpa? No. Would you put in... I'll just leave it for the comments. Okay. 2 of Pumpkins. So, 2 of Pentacles, juggling. This is financial stuff too. So, this is like, as they're trying to round up 3,000 people a day in the United States. And I don't care how they got here, right? 3,000 people. It's not all about criminals anymore. We don't have that many criminals. First of all, I know where some criminals are that they could round up, and they're not looking there. They need to look in military bases. Now, no military is there, but you know what I'm saying. It's going to cause a huge shift in our economy. And they're not looking at that. So that's what we're marinating in, the balance of our economy. We have the Page of Imps in the past, which is, and they know that this is probably the wrong thing, but they're going ahead anyway with it. They've got the right information, but they're not using it. It's in the past, but they're not using it. And at the top of the reading, there is the Lovers. And this is the MAGA base, I think, where they just they love the bite, right? Oh, Dracula, yeah, come on, give me some of that. Anyway, I watched the Netflix show Dracula the other day. It was really good until the end. It was all about Van Helsing. It was done really well. So anybody wants it's a 3-episode Netflix show. Okay, there we go. And then potential near future Page of Pumpkins. So interesting that we get the Page of Pumpkins, a new path forward, a new opportunity, a new way to look at the pumpkin head. The Page of Pumpkins. It doesn't feel like this is going to go well for them because of the Page of Pumpkins. Let me drop this down, and you can see what I'm pulling on. Is that I'm going to move my foot over here. Okay, internally, 8 of Bats. They're getting sewn up. They're getting tied up. And is it with the court system? Is that what this card is? That they're tied up in the courts doing this? Possibly. But they are not able to move internally. That's because, well, never mind. The external position is the 5 of Pumpkins. This is moral. Well, this is a bankruptcy card. And this is also moral bankruptcy. Because they can go into the church and they can get saved by Mr. Pumpkinheads, the tree of pumpkin heads, but they don't. Is that like the tree of life? That's scary. And then you got the bat underneath there. Anyway, oh, look at the little guy dropped all his bag of candy, and he's all sad. Yeah, well, of course you should be sad with all this. Hopes and fears, we get the devil. We get chained to the devil. Are we getting away from that? Maybe, hopefully. Our hopes and fears are that we can leave these chains behind. And here's Grandpa. Is that his brain up there? What is that? Oh, it's one of the little piggies up there. He's caught. So, we can look at this as the people that they're trying to round up and get out of here. And they put in cages. Hopes and fears that won't happen. And the final outcome, either it's a foolish idea, they're happy, or it's going on a new journey. And I think with this card, it's going on a new journey. They're going to have to shift. And we have the 2 of Imps, which is the 2 of Wands, something coming to fruition, a plan that's coming together. But this guy is separating people. So the thing that I just thought of right now is that this administration is fighting each other. They are just at each other's throats. And we're going to get some balance, some temperance with this. So this is crazy. This is hard to look at. This is really hard to pay attention to when you see people rounded up. When you see people rounded up. But we are going on a new journey. We have something new coming to us. We have balance. We are going to separate these 2 imps from fighting and bring balance. And maybe the 2 imps from fighting are the Republicans and Democrats. Maybe, people are going to start coming together because it's the right thing to do. I look at that 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups, 7 of Cups, and they, it's what's the right thing? Pick the right cup. Is it the devil cup you want to pick? Is that the heart cup you want? Okay. Let's look into something else. So I don't see that. Let's just look at is Trump going to be able to, I hear a no right away. Is Pumpkinhead going to be able to, and again, with all this AI stuff, listening into things, I don't like to call people names, but you have to use kind of code word now, right? It's nuts, which is why, another reason why I'm doing my website is because I'm hoping that if I do like in the members only thing that is free right now, and I don't know really how much I'm going to charge, if I'm going to charge anything, or maybe I'll have another, I don't know how that's going to work, but I will have an opportunity to do Zoom readings that just go away. And so I can read on certain issues without worrying about any censorship. So that's something. So maybe I will never ever go away. And that's scary. That's the Halloween scare. Me and Psychic Duck are going to be like skeletons and never go away. We will haunt you for the rest of your days. Woe is me. All right, so let's look. Is Trump going to be able to amass the National Guard so that he can deploy them on the streets of our cities? And I heard no. And it's hard to keep track of all the lawsuits going on that he's losing. I think I read that the Supreme Court is now looking at that in their shadow docket. I think I read that. And from what they normally asked, it's like, why are you doing this again? Anyway, so there's maybe hope. Maybe. And I read on this before. Do the lower court judges, the Court of Appeals judges, do they have an avenue to talk to the Supreme Court and go, what the F are you guys doing? This is crazy where we're going. That's what I'd be doing. Okay. Will Trump be able to amass his... I just see so many challenges with it. I see the National Guard going, no, I'm not doing it. I'm seeing individual guardsmen going, no, that's not what I signed up for. Okay. I was thinking about my time as an auxiliarist in the Coast Guard. And I got out when I did my 24 years or whatever it was. And they were great years. I learned a lot. Free classes on how to navigate, how to pilot a vessel. I got my captain's license through that. And free classes. Free. Well, I had to put my time in, you know. But when Pumpkinhead got in there and things started shifting, I go, you know, I don't want to be around all this stuff. And then COVID came and locked us down, and I just kind of faded away. So anyway, getting back, will Trump, this is a ramble, will Trump be able to amass his army. Let's do 6, no more. 2 of Pumpkins, they're juggling it. This feels like the Supreme Court. 7 of Ghosts, and you heard me shuffling. This is all about what's the right choice to pick. This is all about the confusion, the illusion. Maybe that's Mr. Pumpkinhead, that the Supreme Court is juggling Pumpkinheads, right? So they're going, the light Pumpkinhead, the dark Pumpkinhead. What do we do? So hopefully, and it really feels like this is like almost the Fool card, the new Journey card. It's got foolish shoes for sure. At the base of this is the 10 of Bats, 10 of Swords. This is not a good card. This is, in this deck particularly, so underwater. And if we're looking at the Supreme Court with this, and I just ask, will Trump be able to do it? And maybe the Supreme Court is the stopgap for it. They are underwater. They have a lot of people going, hey, no, you've got to do something. We have the 9 of Imps, the 9 of Wands. I think I'm getting this is the Supreme Court. 9, right? They are getting really beat up, as I said with this card. They're underwater. They're beat up. Judges are going, what are you doing? At the top of the reading is the Ace of Imps. It feels like the Purple People Eater of the Supreme Court is going to grab that one imp by the tail and kind of shake it up a little bit. Ace of Imps. This is Ace of Wands. New ruling, new idea coming forward. And it's going to kind of surprise us. They go, wow, you did something right for change. And the final outcome, potentially, is the Moon card. So again, not a clear card with the Moon. Howling at the Moon. But this is the Wolfman, right? So he changes. He changes from, Lon Chaney. No, who was it? Who was the Wolfman? Was it Lon Chaney? Lon Chaney to the Wolfman, and then they'll change back again. So maybe, and I'm taking my hopium pill, maybe, the Supreme Court is going to grab the imp by the tail, shake it up, do the right thing, and say no. And the other thing, too, that I looked at right here is the stars. And when I looked at that, I went, is that part of the flag? Are they trying to bring forth something patriotic for our nation? I know. Hopium. But look, Mr. Pumpkinhead is really sad. He's scared. You did what? You didn't follow what I wanted? And they say, no, Grandpa, we didn't. Okay, next thing I'm going to look at real quick. Not real quick. Nothing's real quick. I want to look at Prince Andrew. What I want to read on with this is okay, they knew about him in the Epstein files, and they allowed him to keep his title and to stay in his house. Why now? Why the shift now? Did some new news come out that I'm not aware of? Does England have some Epstein information that is not coming out? That's what I want to read on. They are still, little Moses Mike is not allowing the Arizona representative to be sworn in. The survivors of that have written a letter to Johnson demanding that, I can't pronounce her name, the Democrat from Arizona, be sworn into office. Demanding it. And they're going, you're just making this worse, in my words. But they say, we're humans. Let us see the truth here. And the Christian guy that's running this has no heart. All these Christian nationals, evangelicals, and I say all, I'm sure it's not all, but the ones that I see on TV and are running this administration, they have no soul. They have no heart. Stephen Miller's wife was on the news melting down last night, or 2 days ago, 3 days ago. It's just like, oh my gosh, all they do is yell and whine. How come nobody's talking about Hunter Biden's laptop anymore? I want to bring that up. Where's Hunter Biden's laptop? Okay. Does England have more information, more documents on the Epstein files that they can release? I don't know if I'm just doing a hopium and saying, I just saw it, like these documents coming over from England and being given to Moses Mike, and go, we're releasing these. That's not the only copy. We're releasing them. So, what's that going to do to MAGA? It's going to implode it. That's what I think. Okay. England, do you have documents that you are going to release to the world? England, do you have documents on the Epstein files regarding the ex-prince? And regarding others in the Epstein files, are you going to release some Epstein documents? Page of Imps. This is the Page of Wands. This is some new information coming forth. Do they have them? I think, what would the death cards say? Do they have this information? It's being crossed by whatever this information is going to be the end of something. I'm trying to read this not like how I want it to come out. I'm looking at the skeleton watering the pumpkin heads, watering MAGA, and they're all happy. Huh. It's going to be like, are they going to try to spin it, or are they like thinking, oh, this is going to be good, and then, oh my gosh, that's it. So in this card, Pumpkinhead ran on releasing the Epstein files. And the MAGA base was all there wanting to say, oh yeah, there's going to be Pizzagate, there's going to be pizzas for everybody. All the Democrats, they're all eating pizzas, and this is, we're going to get them. And so, yeah, release it. Yeah, oh cool, that's going to be great. Yeah, we got them. Uh-oh. You know, and you've got to be careful what pizza you order. They're going to be a little upside down with this. And maybe it's a pause, but maybe it's going to be a little upside down. Those pumpkin heads in the pumpkin patch, they're green. They're not liking this. They're going, ooh, I think I'm going to be sick. And that's kind of what I'm getting. The Nine of Imps, they're getting beat up. They're getting surrounded with the Nine of Imps. Okay, Nine of Wands. At the top of the reading, the Queen of Bats. Do not mess with the Queen of Bats. Queen of Swords. Legal stuff coming out. And it's going to be devastating with the Five of Pentacles. Someone's not going to like it. Look at that kid. He goes, look at you spilled all my toys. Internally, there's always that, hey, let's look over there. So they're going to try to change the narrative for sure, right? Because that's what they do. That's a pumpkinhead move if I ever saw one. And as I look at the pumpkinhead down at the base, there is a snake in its mouth. And what is that snake? It is an ending of one cycle, a rebirth of another. Rocky and Bullwinkle. Watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat. Whoa, I need to get a different hat. All right. The external position, justice. Justice for Pumpkinhead. We'll see. Hopes and fears that this is, the Three of Cups is normally three women celebrating. This is the divine feminine dancing. This is the Pleiades star system. Yes, yes, yes. Let me move some crystals. And the final outcome, full illumination. The Sun card, happiness, back to an innocence. Back to, back to an innocence amongst all the skeletons. That's hard. But it's full illumination. Oh, I didn't even notice this. You have two, what are those called? Trolls, double-headed troll. I don't know what that means yet. I'd have to think on that, and I want to keep going. Clarified by the government, full illumination on the government. It's going to cause some people to move on, Eight of Ghosts. Walking away from sorrow, to find oneself again. I think from this reading that the stripping of all of that with Prince Andrew is there's more to come out with that. And they knew more was coming out. And it's not going to be good for the MAGA folk. For those who think, oh, we got you, they're going to be surprised. They're going to be like, what? All right. I am going to clear this deck. Ooh, it's the ghost of Marley. What movies you guys going to watch tonight? Ooh, please tell me it's not the evening news. My YouTube TV, that's how I get my TV, they're canceling ABC and Disney. They didn't get an agreement with them. I'm thinking, Okay, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. Okay, so I cleared the deck, as you saw. Do you see that? As you heard. Psychic Duck, come on down. Yeah. Hello, everybody. Oh, you can't see it. Okay, bring me down. Bring the camera down. There we go. Thank you. All right, so here we are. How you feeling? Pretty good. Not bad. A little hungry. Yeah, I know. What's for dinner? Well, you got to wait a little bit for dinner. It's morning. Oh, my tummy's growling. Yeah, I bet. So you want to read for the collective? Yeah. Halloween read. Could be scary. It could be, especially coming from you. Hey, watch it. Okay. Here we go. A Halloween pull from Psychic Duck. Woo! Hanged Man. Let me drop this down a little more so you can see. There we go. Suspension, timeout. Take a timeout. You don't need to look at all this. Take a look at it from a different point of view. And again, I'm talking about when I say a different point of view, don't just look at the destruction. Focus on some rebuild. And if you can't do it, just take a timeout. Don't watch Disney anymore. And look at the green pumpkins. Things are changing. Okay. Challenge. We got justice coming. Okay. Justice takes a while, takes a long time, but it is coming. At the base of this is the death and the rebirth. While we are upside down, while we're hanging out, we have justice coming. We have death and rebirth, the end of one cycle, the beginning of a new cycle. We have getting beat up in the past, but still standing, the Nine of Imps. Okay, so we got people, they're surrounding us. It's just like, Nine of Wands. Okay, but we're okay. We're still standing. At the top of the reading, it's can't sugarcoat it because he dropped his bag of candy. It's loss. It's devastation. Our country has gone through a moral bankruptcy. Some of us, get so tapped into it that we start losing our true compass north. We start losing our way. So make sure that we take this little break, get rid of the negativity, get rid of the negative attachments that we're getting by watching too much negative stuff. And the potential near future for this reading, we're on a new journey. Have fun. Be as light as you can with us. I know this Five of Pentacles is stressing people out. It's like, oh, come on. How can I be light and happy when I don't have any money, when I don't have any food? Yeah, it's I'm not gonna give you a piece of candy and say it's okay. I could give you a gummy though, and then you're going, it's okay. So stay away from the news. Justice is coming. Death, rebirth is coming. We're marinating in that. There's so much going on maybe behind the scenes that we don't know about it. However, what's overshadowing us is the financial hit that a lot of us are taking. And it's not me, so please don't send me money. I'm giving money to food banks and to charities as much as I can. But I sympathize with people who have to work, yet they're not getting paid. I'm like, what's that about? Yeah, my phone agrees. What's that about? Trust that we're going on a new journey, that we have justice, that we have rebirth. All right. short video again, an hour. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And because of, hang on, I want to make sure I get her name right. Tamala, like and subscribe, share, hype, and thank Tamala. All right, peace and love. Boo.